My beloved soul, every tear of yours has been collected with care and love. I see you. I see you in moments when loneliness becomes your only companion and the silence of the night witnesses your weeping. You cry. You cry for the doors that did not open, for the words that hurt you, for the dreams that seem to have faded with time. You cry for the longing, for the uncertainty, for the weariness of being strong for so long. And amidst these tears, you may have wondered if they have any value, if they lead anywhere, or if they are just signs of a weakness you should hide. You wipe your face, take a deep breath, and put on your armor to face another day, keeping the depth of your brokenness to yourself. What I am about to unveil to you next can transform your life, because I came today to tell you the truth about your tears. They are not invisible, they are not useless, and they are certainly not a sign of weakness. In my eyes, your tears are your purest prayer, your most vulnerable worship. They are the language of a soul that still yearns, still seeks, still believes, even amidst affliction. They are a treasure to me. Every tear has a sound in the heavens. Each one is recorded, cataloged, and none is wasted. I am not a God who turns away from your weeping. On the contrary, I am the God who draws near, who leans in to catch every drop, who sits beside you in your silence and cries with you. And more than that, I am the God who takes your pain and uses it as raw material. Today, you will understand that your greatest pain is about to become your greatest strength. I turn your tears into hope. Before continuing the message, write this word of faith in the comments. God turns my affliction into a testimony. By doing this, you are giving your permission for this divine alchemy process to begin in your life. You are declaring that your weeping is not the end of the story. Now, continuing the message, I invite you to no longer despise your tears. Honor them. They are proof of a heart that loves, feels, and lives. And a heart that lives is a heart with which I can work my greatest wonders. My precious soul, you need to understand the first and most immediate purpose of your tears. They are my gift of cleansing for your soul. Imagine your heart as a garden. Throughout life, the dust of disappointment, the toxins of bitterness, the debris of harsh words accumulate. If not cleaned, they choke the flowers of joy and harden the soil, preventing new seeds of hope from sprouting. Your tears are the rain, a celestial rain sent by me to wash your garden. Every tear you shed is a drop of grace softening the hardened soil of your heart. They wash away the dust of frustration. They carry away the toxins of resentment. They prepare your soil for a new planting. Withholding tears out of pride or fear of appearing weak is the most harmful act you can commit against your own spiritual health. It is like refusing to allow rain to fall on dry, cracked earth. The dryness will only increase. The hardness will only intensify. I created you with the capacity to cry because I knew your journey on earth would have moments requiring this deep cleansing. It is a healing mechanism I myself installed in you. Therefore, when the urge to cry comes, do not resist it. Find a safe place, come into my presence, and allow the rain to fall. Allow the cleansing to happen. It is not an act of losing control. It is an act of wise surrender to my healing process. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust the Lord. By doing this, you are declaring that you trust this cleansing process, even if it is painful. You are affirming that you believe the rain of your affliction has a redemptive purpose. It is your act of surrendering to the care of the perfect gardener. If this message touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click on Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing, understand that after this rain, your garden will not only be clean, it will be fertile. The soil softened by tears is the soil most prepared to receive the seeds of a new season. Your weeping is not just about the end of something. It is the preparation for the beginning of everything. My blessed soul, once your garden is clean and fertile, your tears take on a new function. They cease to be just cleansing water and become seeds. Yes, every tear you shed in prayer, every drop of weeping expressing a deep longing of your soul, is a seed I collect and plant in the garden of your future. You have been crying and sowing, even without knowing. You cry for the restoration of your family, and every tear is a seed of reconciliation. You cry for provision amidst difficulty, and every tear is a seed of abundance. You cry for healing, and every tear is a seed of health and vitality. You cry for purpose, and every tear is a seed of clarity and destiny. My word says that those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. This is not a poetic metaphor. It is a spiritual law. Your future harvest of joy is directly proportional to your present sowing of tears. That is why the enemy of your soul hates your tears. He tries to convince you they are useless, so you stop sowing. He knows every tear of yours is a threat to his kingdom of dryness and hopelessness. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you wait for so much is in this verse, Psalm 126:5, which says, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy." This is my guarantee for you. Your harvest is not a possibility. It is a certainty. Write in the comments, "I receive this message and am blessed," and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that her tears are also sowing a harvest of joy. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light. And before we move on, let me lead you to something I prepared to further strengthen your faith. If you feel you need inner healing, spiritual reconnection, purpose, and prosperity aligned with my heart, there is a 31-day path waiting for you. Each day of this walk was created for me to speak to you in a deeper and more personal way. If you wish to follow this road, the link is in the description and the first pinned comment. Now, let us continue the message. If you are not subscribed to the channel, do it now. By subscribing, you position yourself to receive instructions for your harvest. Do not despise your sowing season. It can be lonely, it can be painful, but I promise you the harvest season will come, and it will be so abundant, so glorious, that the memory of your affliction will seem light compared to the weight of glory of your joy. My beloved soul, for this harvest to sprout without hindrance, the soil of your heart needs to be free of a particularly poisonous weed, unforgiveness. You cannot expect a harvest of hope in soil poisoned by bitterness. The resentment you harbor toward people or circumstances that caused your tears is a toxin that can kill the seeds I am planting. Forgiveness is your act of detoxification. It is your cooperation with the gardener to ensure healthy soil. Forgiving is not saying the offense wasn't serious. It is refusing to allow the offense to continue having power over your future. It is you saying, "Your mistake caused my tears, but my tears belong to God, and I will not allow the poison of your action to contaminate the harvest He is preparing for me." It is an act of protecting your own future blessing, and the most vital forgiveness is what you need to release upon yourself. You blame yourself for the tears, for your apparent lack of faith, for your vulnerability. You are ashamed of your own brokenness. My daughter, your brokenness is what made your soil fertile. Your untouched perfection would be rocky and sterile soil. Your humanity, your capacity to hurt and cry is what makes you a garden where I can work. Accept your vulnerability not as a failure, but as your greatest qualification for my grace. Forgive yourself for not being made of stone. I created you of flesh and bone with a heart that feels, and that is good. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you would like to forgive. Visualize each of them, send love, and say, "I forgive you and set you free. Peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. By doing this, you are pulling out the weeds. You are protecting your sowing. You are saying yes to a pure, abundant harvest free from any bitter taste of the past. And a clean garden is a garden where miracles grow faster. My precious soul, and how exactly do I turn your tears into hope? It is a process of divine alchemy, not instant magic, but a work of art. The main ingredient I add to your tears is my perspective. You cry because your vision is limited to the now, to your present pain. And from this viewpoint, the situation may seem hopeless. But when you hand me your tears, I baptize them with my eternal vision. I show you in your spirit how this present pain is connected to a future purpose. I give you a glimpse of the tapestry from the right side, and you begin to understand how this dark thread of your affliction is actually essential to the beauty of the final design. Hope is born when your pain gains a purpose, and I am the master at giving purpose to everything, especially your pain. The second ingredient is my presence. Hope cannot survive in the vacuum of loneliness. I take your tears and wrap them in my company. I remind you that you are not crying alone. I am with you, and the certainty of my presence, even if the circumstance does not change, changes everything. Your pain, when shared with me, ceases to be a crushing burden and becomes a point of communion, of deep intimacy between us. Hope is reborn, not because the problem disappeared, but because you know the solver of all problems is holding your hand. The third ingredient is my promise. I water your tears with the living water of my word. For every tear of fear, I give you a promise of protection. For every tear of lack, I give you a promise of provision. For every tear of loneliness, I give you a promise of eternal company. My word is the substance of hope. It is the anchor for your soul. It is the truth silencing the lie of hopelessness. Perspective, presence, and promise. These are the elements I use to transform the salty water of your tears into the sweet wine of your hope. And this new wine cannot be contained in the old wineskins of your old mindset. It demands a new heart, which is being formed in you through this exact process. My blessed soul, the hope born from your tears is not like the fragile hope you had before. It is of a superior quality. It is a hope forged in fire, tested by the storm. Old hope was like a paper kite, flying high on days of gentle breeze but tearing in the first gale. Your new hope is like an eagle. It does not flee the storm. It uses the force of the headwinds to fly even higher. Your new hope is not based on optimism, on the belief that things will work out. It is based on my sovereignty, on the certainty that even if things don't work out the way you planned, I am good, and my plan for you is good. It is a hope unshaken by circumstances. Your new hope is resilient. It knows the way through the dark valley, but also knows the faithfulness of the shepherd who never abandons. It no longer fears the darkness because it was in the darkness that it learned to see the stars of my promise more clearly. And your new hope is contagious. It is not meant to be kept to yourself. Your story of transformation, of how I took your tears and turned them into a river of hope, will become your greatest testimony. You will become a merchant of hope. You will have the authority to go to those drowning in their own weeping and offer them the anchor you yourself found. Share this video with 2 dear people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple "Lord, let the hope you plant in me today become a forest to shelter many" is a prayer that multiplies your miracle. What began as your silent, private weeping will become your public song of redemption, giving many others the melody to sing again. This is my plan. I not only restore you, I commission you. I not only heal you, I make you a healer. My precious soul, how do you live starting today in this new hope? Your life changes, your posture changes. You no longer walk as a victim of life, but as a co-creator with the God of hope. Your first practice is prophetic gratitude. Start thanking me, not just for what I have already done, but for the harvest you know is coming from your sowing of tears. Father, thank you for the restoration of my family, which I do not yet see, but I know is growing. Thank you for my healing, for my provision. This anticipated gratitude is your most powerful act of faith. It is you watering your seeds with the water of trust. Your second practice is deliberate joy. Joy is not a feeling you wait to have. It is a choice you make. Even on a day when tears may still come, choose a moment to rejoice. Put on music that lifts you. Call a friend who makes you laugh. Take a walk and observe the beauty of my creation. Every act of deliberate joy is you challenging the tyranny of your affliction. It is you saying, "My pain is real, but my God is more real, and in him is fullness of joy." Your third practice is generosity. The best way to live in hope is to sow it. Find someone needing a word of encouragement, a gesture of kindness, a prayer. Give them what you yourself need most. By becoming a channel of my hope for others, you ensure the spring in your own life will never run dry. Gratitude, joy, and generosity. These are the disciplines of living hope. They are not a burden, but your celebration of the new life sprouting within you. They are your dance in the rain while you wait for the rainbow. My beloved soul, we have reached the end of our time of unveiling and the beginning of your harvest season. The word has been released. The promise has been sealed. The process of divine alchemy in your tears has already begun. Together we saw that your tears are your prayer, your cleansing, and your sowing. We cleared the ground with forgiveness. You understood how my perspective, my presence, and my promises transform your pain, and you embraced your new identity as a carrier of resilient and contagious hope. Now your weeping is no longer a sign of defeat. It is the sound of germination. It is the noise of new life breaking through the earth. For my part, I promise you, your harvest will be glorious, your joy will be abundant, and your story will be an eternal testimony of my power to transform the deepest of pains into the most radiant of hopes. I will not waste a single tear. Your part, my daughter, is simply to continue believing. It is practicing your new life. It is refusing to go back to the narrative of hopelessness. It is walking, starting today, not as one who weeps, but as one whose sowing of tears is about to explode into a garden of miracles. Leave this meeting with your heart comforted and your spirit lifted. Your season of weeping is coming to an end. Your season of dancing is on the horizon. Your tears were the price, your hope is the promise, and your joy will be the proof. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "My hope is firmly set on the Lord." Your words strengthen your faith and also light the path for other people who need this light. Share your experiences in the comments. And before we close, I need to lead you to something I prepared especially for you. I have seen your search for inner healing, spiritual reconnection, a new purpose and prosperity that comes from my hands. None of this is by chance. When your heart cries out, I open paths. Therefore, through this channel, I have placed before you a guided walk of 31 days, a process where daily I can speak with more depth to your spirit. This is not just an ebook. It is a path of restoration, alignment, and growth, created to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and open doors you never imagined. If you feel this call, access the link I left in the description and also in the first pinned comment of this video. Start this walk of healing, reconnection, purpose, and prosperity today. I will be with you on every page, guiding your steps and lighting your path. If this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving my word. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.